All right. Good evening, everyone. It has been a wild day, at least for me. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, or whenever you get a chance to watch this. I got some really funny memes I want to share with you guys, and then I want to tell you a story about something that happened to me today. It was quite frightening, especially with everything that has happened recently with my buddy. For those of you maybe who are new to the channel, I do a show every Wednesday morning called Coffee Break. And this show has a buddy of mine who is the vice president of a motorcycle club called Patriotic Few. Well, a few weeks ago, he was involved in an accident. This idiotic individual pulled out right in front of him, and he didn't have time to stop. And unfortunately, his bike was totaled. Trying to fix my little shield here, decided to give out right as I went live. There, that should be good enough at least to finish. So, unfortunately, his leg was injured. He's having to wear this brace, and he's not able to do the show. At least for the last couple of weeks. I talked to him today. He has physical therapy twice a week now that he has to go to, but he's going to resume not this next Wednesday because he's going to be out of town, but on the 31st, we're going to try to get that going again. 30th, 31st, the next, not this coming Wednesday, but the next Wednesday. We're going to get it going again on Wednesday mornings, 8 a.m. And I hope you'll join us. So I'm going to get into this because I know you guys are probably really waiting for this. I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. I love memes, man. I got a ton of memes. This is good stuff, man. Actually, I got a better way to. We'll just rock with this for right now. So this was on the thumbnail, and it's when the feds finally come after me for my memes. You know, I'll just hide on the sloped roof when the roof's too steep for snipers, but it's perfectly fine for the water hose and cleansing of evidence. We'll talk about that in a minute. The roof, you can't handle the roof. You know, Trump is going to completely revamp the Secret Service, right? We're going to have mountain goats, Secret Service mountain goats for those sloped surfaces, you know. This is just something that I like. America first. Not Ukraine, not Israel, not illegal aliens, but America. And bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, my president being hyped up by Hulk Hogan and Dana White 5 days after getting shot, while the other one, Resident Ice Cream, is hiding in his basement with a cold after tons of boosters. We'll come back to this. This right here is just incredible. I don't see a name on it. I don't know who did this. I don't know who made this, but this picture is iconic. I don't know if it was the picture that was, you know, then painted, or if this is AI or what. I have no idea. But let me, here we go. See, I was shot in the head. The campaign will continue. I've got a cold. You got to go night-night. And of course, Donald Trump, because the D is missing because it's in every hater's mouth. This is a cute one. I fear no man. It's the Secret Service, right? But that thing, it scares me. The sloped roof, right? Protect your family from the government. Get the Slope 1000 today. 1-888-SLOPE me. I don't think that's a real phone number. Don't call that. U.S. Secret Service Director's biggest nightmare. Dun, dun, dun. For those of you maybe listening, it is an incredibly steep roof. SS, that roof has a slope. Random cow, hold my beer. It's incredible, man. The level of meme quality has just skyrocketed, in my opinion. It has really, really gone up. In case you guys haven't seen it, Call of Duty, diversity hire, weapons training not included. You guys had to have seen this video by now. This whoever this individual is, they ducked down instead of protecting the president. They couldn't even find. I've got a video that I'll show you. It's narrated. It's quite good. Mwah. I'll show it to you in a minute. Just a picture of a Secret Service agent standing on the roof of the White House. And like Elon Musk says, it does indeed look very slopey. DEI another day. I like this one. You know, some of the Democrats are saying Trump's ear bandage was so unnecessary. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this was them. Mask, face hood. I've seen even more. There are some that still drive around with the face diaper when you need to hide from the Secret Service. This one I really like. It says, "How big of a conspiracy theorist are you?" Me. Yes, indeed. It's Thomas Matthew Crooks next to Pocahontas there, and I gotta admit, man, when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's funny," and then I actually like started looking at it, and I'm like, "Oh wow, yeah, there's more than a passing resemblance there." I'm not saying it's the same person, obviously, because it's not, but the resemblance is uncanny. The perfect Secret Service deterrent vehicle. Secret Service, oh no, a sloped roof. Or, Biden versus stairs. Amazing. Hey, Jack, good to see you. Secret Service is too dangerous to work on sloped roofs. Roofers. Yeah, I mean, every day, all day, they're up there. Biggest, baddest, highest budget security agency on the planet versus a slightly sloped roof. And I like this one. I've seen it everywhere, but it's over, Anakin. I have the sloped roof. Your mission, should you decide to accept it. Excuse me, but did you just say there's a sloped roof? For Mission Impossible. And this kind of to end up, I can sort of understand why feds are afraid of sloped roofs now. And it's from Waco. And I mean, yeah, there's a level thing, a level of truth to that. Things that outsmart the Secret Service. Cocaine, Matthew Crooks, and a holster. And don't forget, a slightly sloped roof. I want to show you guys. So I did, when I first bought my motorcycle, right? Because I'm going to talk about the scary event that I had today. When I first bought my motorcycle, I did a video on it, but it got taken down for some reason. I'm still not entirely sure why. YouTube won't tell me. So I didn't really get a chance to share my pictures with you guys. So there we go. Let me show you what she looks like if you haven't seen her before. So there she is. She is a 2018 Ultra Glide Classic, or excuse me, Ultra Limited, not the Classic. She is a Limited. I am not the motorcycle guy, but I get several different things on what this color is called, but it's basically silver at the top and black. It's a two-tone, and that's that side of her. There. I don't know if you guys probably can't see it from this angle. I'm going to show you. She got all the bells and whistles. Yeah, she's got the little I don't know what they call that thing, but has the skull on the case cover, right? The Wiley G, I don't know, it's called something. And it also has it on the fuel cap, right? I'll show you the other side. There she is. The wife, when I went to go get a motorcycle, she insisted that it have a back seat. There you go. That it have a back seat, that it be comfortable, and that it have a backrest. So anyway, the reason I'm even showing you this, you can see that she's a big, heavy motorcycle. So I went to LaPorte today to Rural King because they had 5.56 ammo on sale. They only have a few boxes left. So if you guys can make it down there, it is the green tip ammo 5.56, and it's on sale for $9 a box. Like $8.99, $8.96, something like that for 20 rounds, which is like 50 cents a box or a round, dude. So I couldn't pass that up. So I was on my way to Rural King today. And if you guys are familiar with LaPorte, I'm on Lincoln Way, and I'm coming essentially from downtown going to Rural King. And as you're coming up on Andrew Avenue, where Aldi used to be, they got this smoke shop or whatever on the right-hand side, and there's this parking lot there. This guy comes pulling out and pulled out right in front of me and then just stopped right in front of me. Now, the reason this is relevant is because that's exactly what some dumbass did with my buddy. Pull out right in front of him. So he pulls out and he just stops. Now, luckily, because Reba, which is the name of my motorcycle, because she has all the bells and whistles, right? She has anti-lock brakes and she has linked brakes, which means if you just grab the front brake, it operates both of them, or you just hit the rear brake, it operates both of them. She does this anything over, like, I think it's 20 miles per hour. It works, right? Anything under that, it's still individual because you need like your rear brake for low speed maneuvering and whatnot, not both. You don't want to grab that front brake with the wheel turned at low speeds. So oh my God, I like grabbed it and I braked as hard and as fast as I could. And luckily I was able to come to a stop, but it was pretty darn close, much closer than I am comfortable with. And I laid on the horn, and the guy backed up. Luckily, thankfully, God was looking out, and it was a good day. But I was like, oh my God, I'm going to join the ranks. I'm going to join the ranks of the Disabled Motorcycle Club. Oh boy, yeah. So it was not a fun time, but we've got some interesting stuff, I believe, as well, that I want to show you. So first of all, let me show you this video because, wow. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I'm going to put myself up there. Yeah. There. I'll put myself over here because you really need to watch the whole video. Here we go.
After Secret Service Barbie, a highly trained member of the Secret Service, removes her weapon from its holster for the very first time in her career. She struggles to return her pea shooter as though it's her first day on the job. Fortuitously, her skills from a previous life as an amateur actress come into play, allowing her to convincingly mimic the swift draw of the weapon and scan the horizon for threats. Chewing her gum nonchalantly, she attempts to exude a tactical demeanor, reminiscent of a fusion between the Blues Brothers and Rosie O'Donnell. Despite her efforts, our agent's attempt to return her wireless hole punch to its home results in another failure. While she may have faltered at this most basic of tasks, she certainly looked cool while doing it.
Isn't that nuts? Oh my God. Like, and you're supposed to be protecting the president of the United States? Even a former president of the United States? What? Seriously? So let me show you guys a couple of things that have recently come up. So during the assassination attempt, there was a woman that was sitting, if you're looking at the screen, right to the right and behind Donald Trump. Now, there are a lot of claims that this individual is Janine DiGiuseppe, right? Now, one of the claims is that she did. Now, I'll get to that in just a second. But one of the claims is that she didn't flinch or duck. I've seen the video several times, and it doesn't look like she panics. What she does, though, is she pulls out her cell phone. Now, like this post says, it makes sense why she didn't flinch or duck when shots were fired. Instead, she got her phone out and started recording Trump. Now, this says it's Janine DiGiuseppe. However, there is a community note, and it says the claim that the woman behind Trump is the assistant FBI director, Janine DiGiuseppe, has been denied by the FBI, debunked by facial identification experts, and condemned by conservatives and liberals. This is not the same woman. The FBI provided a statement to the Times Union confirming that it is not DiGiuseppe, etc. So I don't know who it is. We are still not sure. But this is why I try to present both sides, right? And I try to keep people from spreading what I consider to be misinformation.
Shots go off.
She's completely normal. And then watch.
And then she's got her.
What the fuck? What the fuck? People.
Yeah, she does pull her phone out, right? So this is very recent and a lot more interesting to me. Senator Josh Hawley says whistleblowers have come forward, and this is from Colin Rugg, at Colin Rugg, alleges the Biden DHS assigned, quote, unprepared and inexperienced personnel. Well, I could have told you that. Look at the way the woman couldn't handle her weapon, who weren't even Secret Service. Quote, whistleblowers who have direct knowledge of the event have approached my office. According to the allegations, the July 13th rally was considered to be a loose security event, Hawley said in a letter to Mayorkas. For example, detection canines were not used to monitor entry and detect threats in the unusual manner. Individuals without proper designations were able to gain access to backstage areas. Department personnel did not appropriately police the security buffer around the podium and were also not stationed at regular intervals around the event's security perimeter. In addition, whistleblower allegations suggest the majority of DHS officials were not, in fact, U.S. Secret Service agents, but instead drawn from the department's Homeland Security Investigations, HSI. This is especially concerning, given that HSI agents were unfamiliar with standard protocols typically used at these types of events, according to the allegations. And as you can see here, look, they have no idea what they're doing. Now that part makes sense. It makes sense why they have no clue what they're doing. Look, she can't even find her holster. This one's more worried about her jacket and just kind of looking around. What do we do? What do we do? Yeah, I mean, what? Look at that, man. So I don't know if the whistleblower allegations are true. I have no idea, but we will hopefully get to the bottom of it. So, okay, now this one, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know who Tony Segura is. I'm not that familiar, but the claim here is extremely interesting. I don't know if it's true, but it is interesting. It says, we have tracked the black SUV that had picked up our Phantom water tower sniper that escaped using a zip line via the backside of the water tower into the trees and then on foot a short jaunt to Meridian Road. With 100% confidence based on cell phone data, that particular sniper was FBI, and the SUV was registered to the Department of Agriculture. Now, this person says, I know this man personally. He is legit as they come. This info is 100%. And then there's various videos showing things happening. This says it was an inside job, But this is also the same person who believes that the individual behind Trump is Janine DiGiuseppe. So this is not true. Receipts. And I agree. If you're going to make, and this person says it appears like a zip line was shot off of this water tower. Now, I have no idea of knowing if any of this is accurate, but what I will say is there are things about this that do not add up. There are some very, very disturbing, very unusual events in this. There were untrained agents. There are some suspicious shots that happen. If you look at when he's speaking, there is a different angle, and on the viewer's right side of the podium, you can see the shots basically plank off of I think it's the railing. So I don't know if there was another individual up in the water tower, but that seems to be a very, very popular theory at this point. I don't know, but I will tell you this. So let me show you guys this article. This is Times Union, and it's regarding the misidentification of the individual behind Trump. People are saying that, like I told you, misidentified, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. What I do know is that the reaction was a bit odd. But there are several individuals, and I don't know how I would react in that situation either. I'll say this, and Trump mentioned it during his speech at the RNC. There was not a massive stampede of people trying to run away. There were people who were worried about protecting their families, such as Corey, I always mess his last name up, but I'm talking about the individual that sadly lost his life. Comparatori, I believe it is. Individuals that looked to protect their family, individuals that were confused, individuals that hunkered down. There wasn't a stampede. And that is interesting. It really shows that patriots were there for their president. They were looking around, and obviously, if you go into a rally, you're not going to be armed. They're not going to let you bring your weapon around the president. It's not going to happen. So the option of these people, drawing their weapon and returning fire is not exactly possible. But going back to the water tower theory, I don't know if there was another individual up there, but if there was, it would not surprise me if the individual on the sloped roof, Matthew Crooks, was the sacrificial lamb, such as it is, right? The individual that was intended for everything to be pointed towards. There are some very disturbing connections between this individual and BlackRock. And I'm not talking about just the commercial. As many of you are aware now, that Thomas Matthew Crooks was featured in a BlackRock commercial where there actually was the teacher, but he happened to be a student sitting there. There were several frames of him, Crooks, in the commercial. BlackRock has come out and said, oh no, we're not connected with them in any way. But allegedly, there are deeper connections. We are still looking into that. We will get back to you when we have something solid. I've seen a couple of videos and read a few articles, and there's enough to be suspicious. There's enough to go, Another interesting point about this shooter is allegedly a registered Republican, which if you're from Indiana, you guys know it's not hard to register as a Republican. You just vote in a primary as Republican. But he donated to he donated to Act Blue, which, as you guys know, is just the Democrat fundraising platform. It goes to progressive ideologies, period. Not many Republicans donate to Act Blue, at least not willingly. But the other very, very suspicious thing is the rifle, once again, was kitted out quite well, rather expensively. How does an unemployed 20-year-old afford a rifle quite nice like this? I don't know. It's another good question. I'm not going to get into the deep conspiracy theories on this, at least not yet. But what I will say is I do not believe, like always, that we have been told the full story here. I just don't think, I don't know if we will ever get the full story. But one thing that I know for sure is we all need to just take a step back, not worry about the national level stuff. It's good to be informed. It's good to be aware, but don't let it run your life. You know, I am a lot more focused. I will say I do try to inform you guys about national level events. The Secret Service hearing, we're going to have the director of the Secret Service, Cheadle, who, by the way, at the RNC refused to answer questions from senators and the people who had cornered her and asked her very pointed, very, I think, pertinent questions about the security and the lapse therein at the rally. And she refused to answer questions about it. So she's going to be coming in front of, I think, the Senate, Congress or Senate. We're going to present that to you. We're going to break it down. We're going to pull out the important clips, just like we've done for other hearings, myself and Sean, and we're going to give you the story without having to watch 3 hours of boring testimony. It's a lot, man. Like if it's your goal to stay up to date with everything happening in the government, local, county, state, and federal, that's a full-time job. And that's what our media is supposed to do. Unfortunately, they can't be trusted. So luckily, we have citizen journalists and people who care about presenting the truth and presenting both sides. I'm biased. Everyone's biased. I think that the left is out to destroy the fundamental fabric of our country. And I don't mean JFK Democrats. I mean the progressive left. They want to completely change the way this country is. Luckily, there are people in place, I believe, that are working against that. And this election is incredibly important to forestall that even further. All that said, we're gonna be presenting some really, I think, useful information for you. I want to show you guys. Now that I was able to figure something out, I want to show you guys a few more things, and then we'll call it a night. I'm not going to keep you here too long on a Friday night. I'm sure you guys have much more interesting things to do. Let's see here. Where did I put it? Oh, well, I can't find it right now. It's all right. Let's see here. There was one thing that I wanted to show you. Darn it. Anyway, so starting the Wednesday after next, we'll have Coffee Break returning. Let's see here. Thursday, I believe. We're going to have Sean again, hopefully with the breakdown. And in the meantime, we're working on digging up as much information as we can regarding JD Vance. And I'm not talking about the stuff you're going to read and, you know, in these breakdowns. I want to know the guy himself. I don't know. He has an odd connection, though, with several billionaires. And he does have some concerning connections there. All that said, that's not what I'm looking at. I'm trying to understand the man himself. If you guys watch, we did the watch party of Vance's speech to the RNC. And it really resonated with me personally because my mom was an addict. My grandfather was from the hills of Kentucky. It really resonated with me. That said, I don't know. Is he legit? I looked for his movie, Hillbilly Elegy. Apparently, it's only available on Netflix. I don't have a Netflix subscription. I will not give them any money. So I'm going to try in the meantime, between now and the next Dion and Sean show, I'm going to try to get an opportunity to watch that movie. I am going to order the book because I do want to watch it, but apparently it's sold out right now, which is a good sign. But I'm going to watch the movie, give you the takeaway. Now, I have read, especially from the left, that the entire thing is simply a blaming the people of Appalachia or the lower class for their own predicament. I would like to watch it myself to make that determination and see if that's accurate or if it's, the typical left talking points. Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen enough of the way that the media operates to know they don't tell us the truth. And if they do, it's through significantly tinted glasses. I know what I wanted to show you. Let me bring it up real quick because I think it's absolutely incredible. Something else. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, did you guys know that according to Rachel Maddow, that if you like Lord of the Rings, it's somehow, it means you're far right. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about.
Look,
I can't. Oh my. Okay. So I clicked on this, right, which is Memology 101. And the first thing that came up is an Act Blue. I can't. I'll wait for the ad. We'll skip it. But the Resonant Ice Cream is begging for money. All right, here we go. All right. This is Memology 101. Again, if you don't follow this channel on YouTube, you're missing out. Short, phenomenal content. Here we go. Watch this.
Nevertheless, Mr. Vance then was able to go and start another venture capital firm with, surprise, yet more help from Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel, that was it.
Like Mr. Thiel, who has named his companies after things in the Lord of the Rings series of J.R.R. Tolkien books. Lord of the Rings is a sort of favorite cosmos for naming things and cultural references for a lot of far-right and alt-right figures, both in Europe and the United States. Peter Thiel names all these things after Tolkien figures and places, like his company Palantir, for example. Like his mentor, like Peter Thiel, who had given him all his jobs in the world, Mr. Vance also, when he founded his own venture capital firm with help from Peter Thiel, named it after a Lord of the Rings thing. He called it Narya, Narya, which you can remember because it's Aryan, but you move the end to the front. Apparently that word has something to do with elves and rings from the Lord of the Rings series. I don't know.
You, sir, are an idiot.
Huh? Yeah, this is the kind of sheer stupidity that I'm talking about. Liking Lord of the Rings means that apparently you're not only far right, you're also a racist. It's mind-blowing. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's incredible. And to think that anyone gives any of these idiots any degree of credence is mind-blowing. Yeah. I'm sure you've heard by now that Jack Black, his band Tenacious D, which I will say this, my son, Donovan, we have a playlist on the bike and we had Tenacious D on the playlist. It's not on the playlist anymore, but the bandmate, the drummer, I don't know, said for his birthday wish, don't miss Trump next time, was his birthday wish. And so Jack Black totally threw his bandmate under the bus. I mean, right? Fully. The problem is we saw Jack Black at Biden's fundraiser, and I can absolutely believe that he would laugh at that. I mean, absolutely believe it. So I cannot support anything by him, including his band, which Tribute, I think, was the name of the song that we have on the playlist. And it was a decent song. Can't do it. No can do. Let's see here. There was one more. The left is apparently trying to blame Trump, of course, himself for the attack, that it's, quote, his dangerous rhetoric. I've seen this. I've seen a lot, man. It's absolutely insane how far removed these people are from reality. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be getting any better. They are going further and further out. Let's just focus on faith and family. I think that's the best thing. I like I said, I try to present you guys with news and information, but let's not get too focused on this. Unfortunately, there are people who, for whatever reason, get way too into this stuff and believe it's their job to rid the world of the opposing political voice they don't like. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we can talk in this country. We can say what's on our mind. And I'm all in favor of that. I had it. Here's an example, right? On my TikTok, which I don't really use that much. I try to upload a few shorts here and there, but I had an individual that made the claim that it was people like me who had elected Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, right, to the Republican platform, and that because of that, I was going to destroy Republicans in Indiana, and basically it's the end of the world, right? So I said, okay, I'm willing to have that conversation because maybe they can persuade me. I said, let's have a conversation. Email me. We'll set it up. I gave him my email twice. I have yet to hear from. They even said, let's do it live. Okay, let's do it live. I have not heard from them. I don't know if I will. I hope I do, because I actually enjoy having the opportunity to have a reasonable, calm discussion with someone that I disagree with. That's how we grow as people. That's how we grow as a country. That's what used to happen in this country. We had a civil conversation with people that we disagree with. We each presented our side, and onlookers went, oh yeah, that's true. Or sometimes the other individual went, wow, I didn't know that. That is really good information. Now, apparently, people just try to shoot presidents and congressmen and Supreme Court justices, hijack their car. Dude, like this, there's no way this is real life. There's no way. We'll see. We'll see. But I wanted to make sure to do a video. It was a little late, obviously. The boy and I took the bike out for a little while, and it was such a beautiful day. Even after the fear, the oh my God in LaPorte, it was still such a nice day. So we took the bike out for a little bit, went to Bubbles Ice Cream here in Michigan City. If you guys are familiar with it, it is a local ice cream shop that is just phenomenal. The owners are great. The prices are reasonable for today's economy, and they're right across the street from Carlson's. So what we like to do is we'll go to Carlson's, get some yummy food, then cross the street, go to Bubbles and get dessert. But we decided to go to Bubbles and get some ice cream. We're going to see about potentially going to the range tomorrow. Hopefully, if the weather holds, go and pop some rounds off, get some therapy. But it's been a few months since we've been able to make it out there. So now that I was able to get some good ammo from Rural King, that deal's going on still. They're running out. So if you guys are in the area and you need some 5.56 ammo, I recommend it. But now that I was able to get some more, I've got target ammo that I can use and go out there. We're gonna bring everything we got and have a fun day of it. It's a little overdue. I was supposed to do that for his birthday, but we just didn't have time. And the economy sucks, man. Ammo's so freaking expensive. So I was like, all right, well, as soon as I get a little bit more surplus, we'll head out there. So I think I got enough now to at least have a reasonable day. Ammo's expensive, just like everything else. I mean, hopefully, once Trump gets back in the White House and the price of fuel comes down, the price of other stuff's going to start to come down, and hopefully the price of ammo will come down. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, but I'll let you guys know how it went. Maybe we'll take a few videos. See you guys really soon. Appreciate you spending your time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. See you guys on the flip side. God bless you. God bless Indiana. God bless the United States of America. Hope you have a great night. Bye.